You can cut it. Go ahead.
Hey, it's the Zach Nichols Podcast.
And you're watching the Governor's Comedy Club Podcast.
Let's go. That's perfect.
Tony, welcome to Governor.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I gotta pat you down though, pal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Got anything on you? Anything I should know?
I got nothing.
Anything weird going on? What? Alright, you go in, Tony. Good.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Tom Kelly of The Tom Kelly Show. Yes, this is not the only time I've gotten on my knees in the back room of a comedy club.
The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Give Two Eagles Auto Body a call and please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony on the Knockem Dead radio show. They're gonna keep knocking them dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Dead Comedy Radio.
Hey, Tony, you're not funny, and you probably shit yourself a lot, and you're no fun to be with, and you don't make that much money, and you're not going anywhere in show business, and I hope you get hit by a bus.
Hello!
Do it like that.
Hello!
Yeah, like that.
Hello!
Not like that.
No, that was awful.
The one you did when I wasn't.
Hello!
Okay, save it for when it's on.
Sorry.
God, you know, I turn off the microphone and you're like, gold. I turn the microphone on and I get, ah! Seriously, ready?
Hello! That wasn't it either. Damn it. Hello! That was it! Alright, this is the one. Hello! Hello!
Hello!
Hello! Hello! Hello!
Hello!
Hello!
like, hey! Alright, you ready for hey?
Hey!
Now.
Hello! Hey!
Knockem dead. Comedy show.
Hello! Do it like that.
Hello!
Yeah, like that.
Hello!
Not like that.
No, that was awful.
The one you did when I wasn't.
Hello!
Okay, save it for when it's on.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Do you say Happy Veterans Day? That kind of sounds weird, but
Yeah, you say Happy Veterans Day, or thank you to all of our veterans.
well, yes, absolutely. That we definitely have to say. Thank you to all of our veterans. Happy Veterans Day to you, like your pop.
Yes, my dad is a veteran. He was
right.
he was there during the Vietnam era, but he never had to go to Vietnam. He ended up being stationed in Germany and protected us from Hitler. No, I'm just kidding. That was
From Hitler.
no, he was stationed in Germany and was there for a couple of years.
Wow.
Yeah, in the late '60s.
So Happy Veterans Day to everybody. And all right, now, there we go. Okay, I fixed you. You were almost like a Batman episode. You were kind of crooked. So welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Knockem Day Comedy Show. Happy Veterans Day. Happy Monday. The Knockem Day Comedy Show coming at you live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast, a Facebook page, YouTube channel. If you're on Facebook, please follow the page. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to the page, hit the thumbs up, and do all that good stuff. No matter where you're watching from, please share the link on all your socials. Tell everybody you know about all the good shows here on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. And if you're watching on YouTube, you want to stay there, that's great. However, if you want to comment and be a part of our conversations today and join on the fun, well, do so on YouTube, please, because that is where we're monitoring our comments. Don Sill is here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, what's up, Tony Walker
Sill.
Fresh?
Don Sill, King of the Hill. He's got the will.
Yeah. Tony Walker, not a stalker. But, yo, he's a talker. That's why he's on the podcast.
Waka waka.
Waka, waka, waka. Like Fozzie Bear. No, yeah. So, yes, happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. Thank you to all the men and women who served our great country. We couldn't be here and be safe without you. So we thank you very much on this fine, beautiful day. And also thank you for having the day off. You gave me the ability to have Monday off
So you
and
can
be
come
here.
here.
And
Yeah.
be here on Governor's Comedy Club Radio.
Look, I don't have to
podcast.
go like that today.
Yeah.
I can
right.
just go like that.
This is cool. I always see you always using it. And this
It's
is
become a thing. Like,
yeah.
people have actually said that to me. If I mention you, people are like, what? I go, what's the matter? They go, you got to hold that up. I was like, oh, yeah.
Got to hold it up. This is awesome. I love it, man. I think this is great.
The lovely Jen Snortland gifted me this nice box. Yeah, there she is. There she is. There she is with me and Don and Benny.
Yes, that was those were good times. Good times, and we have good shows coming up here too, in the Governor's Giggle Room.
Oh, we sure
Dude,
do.
I can't wait. December 13th, Don Jameson, our good buddy Marc Riccadonna, and our other great friend Mike Bichetti are all going to be here again performing. Mike Bichetti and friends, you're going to be performing.
So, well, and you'll be hosting the Q&A?
I will be hosting a live Q&A, so everyone come on out, man, and I'll be interviewing at the end all of the talent, and I'm kind of excited about that. And you know what? None of those people that I mentioned are veterans, not one. We need
actually,
we need more veterans.
Actually, and Mike Bichetti talked about it when we did the show here a week or so ago. He was in the Marines.
Mike Bichetti was a Marine
for like 6 weeks.
He did boot camp. Was he like in Full Metal Jacket? He was like sucking his thumb. Come on, Pyle, you son of a bitch! I can see Mike Bichetti with the gun at the end.
I can see that.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
he was a Marine for 6 weeks.
And he said, he was able to get out because it just wasn't cutting it.
Dude, that's more like 6 weeks as a Marine makes him more of a Marine than you and I will ever be.
Which is why he gets credit as far as I'm concerned.
Thank you, Mike Bichetti, for your service and your time.
Thank you, Corporal Buschetti.
Dude, we should try to call him and
Private.
see if he answers it. Because I want to know more about his Marine. I'm going to text him real quick.
Oh, my
and
goodness.
see if we can get Mike Buschetti to tell us about his Marines.
We'll hear. I mean, he came on here to promote that show, and he talked about the freaking Amish.
Hey, the Amish, they were huge. They came out huge for the Trump, man.
And they had nothing to do with promoting the show that we were trying to do.
A whole lot. I got to get in touch with this dude.
Oh, he rambled on. Even that night, I don't know if I talked about this on the air or not, but the night of the show comes, and I'm sitting in here, and I hear him, so I go out there to go say hi. We shake hands, we say hello, and immediately he goes, so how about that Second Amendment, am I right? And he just starts talking about the Second Amendment. I'm like,
that's what I love about him.
And I'm looking around like, what the fuck is going on here? It was so odd.
Let's see if I get him on. I just texted him now. Mike Buschetti. If you don't know Mike Buschetti, check him out. He's on Smiling Friends, the cartoon. He's also been around. He's like Artie Lang's sidekick for a long time on Artie Lang's show.
Yeah, where they beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, well, they did a lot to him. But he was definitely has a great sense of humor and rolled with it. And Mike Buschetti is also a great joke writer. And I just love Mike Buschetti. He's a different kind of guy, and he's the best. And now finding out he's a Marine on Veterans Day, dude. So, but yeah, it's so I urge everybody to get your tickets now for the December 13th show, because this thing is definitely going to sell out. It's in the small room. It's going to be
great show,
dude. It's the an opportunity to see guys caliber of like Don Jameson and Marc Riccadonna in a very kind of smaller, intimate setting, and then at the end we're going to have the Q&A and then a meet and greet and all that kind of stuff. So I just think it's you're really gonna get it, your money's worth, and if you come on out to the show, and then they could meet you. They get to meet Tony Walker Fresh.
Well, we won't sell tickets if that's a selling point.
Tony Walker Fresh in the flesh. That would be awesome. While we wait for Mike Buschetti to see if he gets back to me, actually, let me put my ringer on so we can get it.
Okay.
So because sometimes I won't even hear it. You know how I love top fives.
I do, and so do I.
Yeah, so let's do top five greatest military movies of all time.
Oh, wow.
And we'll try to not have different ones. You know what I'm saying? So
try not to have different ones.
So if you say one that I agree with,
then you have to say something else.
I have to figure out a different. So we're going to have 10 completely different military movies by the end of all this.
Okay.
Let me see, did he write me back, or was that somebody else? Come on, Mike Buschetti. I hope you're up.
He's not up. All right, so you go first since it's your idea.
All right, so for me,
and does that have to be like best to worst or anything, or
no,
just any?
Okay. And people at home, if you want to chime in, I don't know who we got watching at this point in time, but if you want to let us know who some of your favorite military-based movies of all time, by all means. But I'll start off with an easy one that I think a lot of people would agree is one of the greats. Well, we'll say Full Metal Jacket.
Right, we were talking about.
Yeah, we just were talking about it.
Right.
Full Metal Jacket, great movie, especially the first half. The first half of boot camp is the best part. Sometimes when I watch that movie, it's one of those movies, like so many, like Goodfellas, whatever. Once you catch the movie, you sit down, you watch it.
Yes.
But after the boot camp, I could change it.
It is almost like two different movies, kind of. But I hear you. That's definitely the best part. But I like the second part too. Like, with the hooker. Love you long time.
That's where Me So Horny, the song came from. 2 Live Crew. It came from that. Oh, me love you long time. $10 fucky. Me so horny. Me so horny. Yeah, that and Pyle are the two, and him,
Yeah.
What are you, Pyle? Only two things come out of Oklahoma, steers and queers, and I don't see any horns in your head.
Well, I'm sorry, Vincent D'Onofrio, one of the best actors ever, and he doesn't get enough credit, man. That guy. And did you ever watch Daredevil? Did you watch
he's
that?
great in that. As what's his name?
Wilson Fisk, is that it?
No, he's the bad guy.
Yeah, isn't that his name? Fisk. Wilson.
It might be his name, but the
nickname.
The nickname is.
Oh, jeez. Help us out here.
We need your son to call in because I'm not a comic book. I know comic books, but I don't know him like that. But
But I think the character's real name is Wilson Fisk.
It probably is. We're checking it out now. If anybody knows, let us know. But yeah,
Kingpin.
Kingpin, yes, the
Right.
Kingpin. So
He is that. I think he turned that into one of the best villains ever.
I'm hoping that
he's
if they make
fantastic.
Daredevil into a film, that they kind of keep that cast.
Well, they're bringing it back as a series
Yeah.
with the same cast.
Right.
It's promoting. It's premiering, I think, in March. I think they
Yeah,
said.
and I hope that if you know how they make all the crossovers and they make it into the films. I hope they keep that
right,
cast
right.
and and do that. We don't need to see Ben Affleck as Daredevil again.
Oh, I'm not a fan of Affleck. I don't think he's a good actor.
Me either. I think he's a better director and a better producer than he is as an actor.
I thought his Batman was terrible. The
Batman-
movie sucked, but even his performance I thought sucked. He was just like this the whole time.
He's just like, I'm big. I'm a big dude. I'm a big guy. I'm a big guy. I talk like this. I'm Batman.
I wasn't sure if the Batman or Greg Criticos.
Is it Martha? Martha.
Criticos should play Batman. I'm Batman, you fucking suspect.
He would be running around doing the theme song. Batman.
I'm picturing that in my head.
His cape flying.
Well, the cape is flying. George, make sure that you keep the cape. Like, George would be back there, like, making it all windy and shit.
So I think that Full Metal Jacket is definitely one of the great military-based movies of all time.
All right. I'm going to go with the obvious and go with Platoon.
Yes, Platoon, great movie. Charlie Sheen. Oh. Do you have a pen and paper? We should write this down.
Okay.
Okay, so we have Full Metal Jacket and and Platoon. Dude, Platoon, I think that came out in the 80s, I think.
I'm going to say 86 maybe.
And that started the trend of all these other movies. Like Full Metal Jacket came out after Platoon, and you know, some of the other ones we'll talk about all came out after Platoon. But before Platoon, there was great ones too. But Charlie Sheen was fantastic in that movie, and that kind of put Charlie Sheen really on the list.
Sure did.
You know, before he got AIDS and everything and became a freak.
Before he started winning.
Yeah, drinking tiger blood or whatever.
Right.
But Charlie Sheen was taken seriously as an actor. He was in Wall Street and Platoon. Right. He had these 2 back-to-back hits, and he was like, you would think he was on the path to greatness to be one of the great actors of his generation.
Yes.
But yeah, Platoon was a great movie, and also Tom Berenger.
Yeah,
he was freaking awesome in that. And then what's his name?
William Dafoe.
William Dafoe at the end with the helicopter. That picture.
Yes.
Fantastic. And props to all the Vietnam veterans out there.
Yep, absolutely right.
You know, it's God bless you guys and women.
You guys, I think the Vietnam guys especially, they weren't taken care of after.
Some would say they weren't the fortunate ones.
Right.
It ain't me.
It ain't me.
I ain't no fortunate one. All right, so we got Full Metal Jacket and Platoon. Then I will say The Big Red One. Do you remember The Big Red One?
No.
With Marvin Lee or Lee Marvin? Lee Marvin?
No, I don't know that
Dude, Mark Hamill was in it.
Really?
It was all about D-Day on the beaches of Normandy and all that stuff. It was a great movie. The Big Red One came out, I think, probably in early 80s, late 70s. And it was a great movie. I urge everyone to check it out.
I'll look for it.
Yeah.
I don't know it.
Yeah, Mark Hamill was in it. It had a good cast at the time. A lot of good people in there.
And Mark Hamill was known? Like this was after
This
Star
is
Wars?
after Star Wars.
Yeah, so he's
this
known.
is like he did 2 movies that he was trying to shake the Luke image.
Shake the Luke.
And one was The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia. He was in that, like a romantic comedy or something like that.
Like like the song?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Google it. Just make sure that I'm right, because I want to. I think that was the name of it. I think it was The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia, and then he was in The Big Red One, and then after that
I'll just Google him.
He kind of fell off the map, and then started doing the voice of the Joker, and all this other stuff, and then became a dude for Kamala.
Yes, he did.
He's a major dude for Kamala.
Yeah.
But yeah. So let's see. Does it say?
Let's see, filmography or
maybe just do his IMDb.
Yeah. All right.
If it doesn't show it in there, maybe
Yeah,
at the bottom, sometimes it'll show like a list of all his movies. We're looking at his Wikipedia page right now, Mark Hamill, to see some of his choices. But yeah, he tried to shake the Luke thing, and that's the thing I don't understand with some of these actors. They become huge stars based off of one character, and then they try everything in their power to disassociate themselves from that character that made them famous.
And then years later, they come back.
And then they come back to it. Like Harrison Ford did the same thing,
right,
with Han Solo and Indiana Jones. He tried to get away from those characters, and then towards the end, all of a sudden he's 80 years old doing an Indiana Jones movie that nobody asked for.
Right, exactly.
And
I'm one of the minority. I don't like Indiana Jones. I thought the first one was stupid.
Really? Well,
I just didn't like it.
Do you know the thing? Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
If you break the movie down, his character, the movie arc.
Okay.
He never changed anything. So what the bad guys were going to do, he never stopped them from doing exactly what they were going to do. So like he was never he never mattered, and like, you know what I'm saying. So like, you think about it, the Nazis wanted to get the Ark.
Yeah.
He got the Ark. They ended up getting the Ark back, and then all the stuff he did, but they still ended up getting the Ark and opening it up, and he never solved the problem.
So yeah. So
all he did was close his eyes at the end.
Plus, he's a dick in real life. He's a major.
I heard that he's.
I didn't meet him. I saw him. What was the movie? They were filming it up in Glen Cove, and at the phone company we had to install some stuff. Sabrina, and I don't know, just the way he was walking. He was talking with somebody. He just seemed like he was kind of bitching. But I had a buddy that worked at Republic Airport.
Yeah, I remember he was at the airport. Because I remember they had extras that were going to be there, and I was trying to become an extra.
Oh, for that movie?
For that movie. It was right
funny.
there at the airport. I remember, like, I was working at UPS at the time, and I would drive, like, past it. And I was like, oh, I want to be in there so bad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But, well, I had one of my closest friends worked at Republic Airport, and he worked at night. So he was usually by himself, or sometimes it was just him and another guy. And nobody was around. It was like a ghost town. So I used to go hang out with him at night and stuff. And so celebrities would fly like on their private planes at night so that there wouldn't be a lot of people around. So Harrison Ford was like a regular there.
Right.
So he always told me Harrison Ford and Kenny Rogers, two of the nastiest sons of bitches you'll ever meet in your life.
Really?
Yeah. He said actually, choice between the two, Kenny Rogers was the worst, he said.
Really?
But yeah.
Damn, Kenny.
Yeah. He said he was a real nasty prick.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah, he's got a whole list of people that he met. All right, so let me see. So Mark Hamill was on General Hospital. I did not know that. He was a guest spot on The Partridge Family. Let's see. Sarah T. Portrait of a Teenage Alcoholic.
These must all be before Star Wars?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. One Day at a Time. I remember that. Remember he was on One Day at a Time?
Was he already Luke?
I think it was right around the same time. Oh, he's on 8 is Enough.
He was on all the classics.
Fred Flintstone and Friends.
Yeah, these are all before, because he did voices. Yeah, that's all before Star Wars.
Well, here we go. The Star Wars holiday specials. Remember that?
Oh, dude, classic.
That's on YouTube. You can see it. Carrie Fisher singing and shit. I remember, it's so bad.
When I was a kid, though, I loved it. And then, and some things are better left in your memory. Yeah, I thought it was awesome. Remember when the whole Wookiee family at the end comes in, they save Han Solo and shit? Right. And it's like little Wookiees. I remember me and my brother were going crazy because we were like, Wookiees, look at them all. And it was so cool. And you watch it now, it's just so...
Oh, it's so corny and ridiculous.
So bad.
And then Mark Hamill in particular, there's a lot of makeup on that dude in that special.
He's like, we got to get... what does he say? I need a power converter. Please, Uncle Willie, or whatever his name is.
So, yes, there it is. The night the lights went out in Georgia.
Ah, see, I was right. So the night the lights went out in Georgia.
Who's that? Dennis Quaid?
Is it Dennis Quaid?
Wow, who is that? Who's the girl right there?
I don't know. Let's see the cast. Oh, that's Christy McNichol.
Is that who that is?
Yeah, Christy McNichol.
Wow. Look. Oh, yeah, Dennis Quaid.
And Dennis Quaid.
And Mark Hamill, yeah.
Wow.
I'd never heard of this movie.
And Christy McNichol in a sexy pose.
Yeah, look. But what was she, like I'm a little scared because I'm thinking she's kind of young.
Back then, they didn't give a shit. Remember the songs like Christine, 16.
Well, how about
she's only 17?
Well, how about Brooke Shields?
Yeah, Brooke Shields was what, 12? She was 12 years old in Playboy. Brooke Shields was 12 years old in Playboy.
Scary, man. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. What a pleasant surprise. Don Sill is on the show.
Hey, what's up?
Awesome for a Monday.
Yeah, it's good to have the day off. How you doing, John?
How you doing, Don?
Good, man. Hanging in there, my friend.
Oh, boy, I tell you, it's wonderful to see you and hear you.
Hey, right back at you, buddy.
You guys are missing the greatest movie in the world, and I think it's because of your age.
Okay.
All right. The greatest war movie, military movie in the world was Bridge Over the River Kwai.
Ah, that was great. And that was also with, what's his name, Alec Guinness, right?
Alec Guinness.
Yeah.
The greatest movie in the world.
That is a great. Have you ever seen Bridge Over the River Kwai?
I think I did, but I'll be honest. I don't. It's been such a long time. I actually don't remember any of it.
That is a classic film that takes place. What war was that? World War I or World War II? Was
World War II.
World War II, and they built the bridge, and then at the end, you give the spoiler alert, John. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. It's all you. It's all you, Don.
At the end, Alex Guinness collapses. He falls down in a very dramatic way, and you know those things that they blow up, like
yeah,
and he blows up the bridge that they just built.
Oh boy.
Yeah. See, with the dynamite, it was a fantastic movie.
Why did they blow it up again? I forget the whole kind of the plot.
Well, because they didn't want the German supply train to go through.
That's right.
They had all the guns and tanks and everything.
Yes, sir.
The old-fashioned dynamite. They climbed up the bridge. It was just an amazing movie.
That was a great movie. Alec Guinness, The Bridge Over the River Kwai.
Yes, as Archie Bunker would say, the big one. WW2.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. Yes. Great pick. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, listen, guys, wonderful. I just wanted to say you guys look great together, and happy Veterans Day, and go on with the show. It's really appreciated.
Are you a veteran, John?
No, I'm not. No, I was old enough. I was in the phone lottery. You know, they pick a lottery, and I had a very high number, so I escaped that.
Well, good for you, my friend. Yeah, those were crazy times with the draft. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm old enough to be in the lottery. I was 18 years old when that came out. It was the end of the Vietnam War, anyway.
Right.
Yeah. I spent my war time in the United States.
There you go.
Yeah, in the South Bronx.
Those are some of the hardest battles that took place in the South Bronx.
Oh, you guys have no idea.
We're fine with that.
Yeah.
Hey, that's true. All you rich guys lived in Long Island. I tell you, when I was a kid, we went out to Long Island. My father's uncle had a farm in. I think I told you this, Tony, in Yaphank.
Yes.
Oh wow, yeah, that's out by me.
Yeah, and I actually thought, years ago, there was no LIE. You took Sunrise Highway all the way up.
Put that to the phone so
my father used to stop 3 times to get something to eat or go to the bathroom because that's how far it was.
Right, yeah.
It was beautiful country. I'm sorry I didn't buy a house there years ago when I could afford it, but
yeah.
I ended up in Patchogue. So.
Patchogue rocks. Yeah, I love Patchogue. Shout out to Patchogue. What's up? Yeah. All right, so we now have Marc Herschmann in the house.
Oh, okay, great. Listen, I'll let you guys go on and do your show.
All right, John.
Talk to you soon.
Thanks for the call,
Thank
pal.
you so much.
See you later.
Thank you.
All right.
Marc Herschmann's in the house. What's up, dude? What are you doing, brother? Good to see you,
Let me get the camera set up.
That
was John Rusiello.
John Rusiello. Okay, good.
Calling in. We're doing the top 5 military movies of all time.
Oh,
so,
and John Rusiello is an expert or just a military guy?
Well,
he's neither.
Oh, okay.
But he had his movies, The Bridge Over the River Kwai. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, it's
a classic.
That's a killer right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far on our list.
Was that on purpose? A killer?
Oh no,
War
I didn't
movies?
mean that. No,
okay.
I can't think that quick on a Monday morning. But Bridge over the River Kwai. I mean, that's I don't think that's going to be the typical answer you get from your listenership. Were you surprised by that?
Yes, I was. Yes.
Yeah, it was a little.
John's old enough to be our grandfather.
Yeah. It's good to get some of the old school ones. But do you
I'm
remember?
getting there, Mark.
Do you remember the movie The Big Red One?
I don't know if I know the Big Red. I married the Big Red One, but I don't know if I don't know if I know that film. Is that going back to like even further than the Bridge over the River?
No,
Kwai?
River Kwai must have came out in the 60s, I would say. This one came out in the 70s.
Okay.
And this was with Lee Marvin and Mark Hamill.
Oh wow! So that was pre-Star Wars or post?
Little bit post Star Wars.
Wow.
And so it's a classic World War II movie. It takes place on the beaches of Normandy.
Is
and all
it a
that
classic though? Because I feel like I would know a Mark Hamill classic.
Well, there's only one real Mark Hamill classic.
Yeah.
Other than that, just he was in it too.
Are you up on your Mark Hamill movies?
I mean, yes, Star Wars 1 through 11, and that's it. I don't know of any others besides that. But how deep into this conversation have you guys got? I thought you started at 11:30. You started at 11.
Yeah, we started
at
11.
11.
Okay. So how deep? How many other movies have you said?
Well, we're only up to 4.
Read them the list.
Okay.
Yeah. Full Metal Jacket, Platoon, Big Red One, Bridge over River Kwai.
Oh, so there's okay.
So go ahead.
There's a lot of meat on the bone there. Yeah.
I mean, for me, Platoon is probably. I don't know if you can get better than Platoon. And as far as cultish type movies, Full Metal Jacket probably has a little bit more of a cult following. Would you agree to that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
What was your pick? Did you have a number one pick?
I picked Platoon.
You did.
And John had and Don had Full Metal Jacket.
Interesting. All right, I got to get my brain working a little bit. So
All
you
right.
guys keep
I'll
on
throw
going.
another one out there. We'll say another great classic one that is arguably maybe the best of all time would be Good Will Hunting. You don't remember Good Will Hunting? I mean, not Good Will Hunting.
I was like, what?
I'm like, wait a second.
I love your expression. I'm sitting there going like,
I'm like,
I meant Saving Private Ryan.
I'm like, because Good Will Hunting's exceptional, but I'm like,
great, but that's nothing to do with war.
I'm sitting there thinking, like, was there something about the war in that movie?
Was Robin Williams fucking?
No, because it's funny is people debate whether Die Hard is a Christmas movie or not,
Right.
and then I'm like, is this a new angle that Don Sill's taking here? I'm like, I've never heard that particular argument before. That would be interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that was great.
Good Will Hunting is an amazing movie.
Yeah,
I
Good Will
quote it
Hunting.
frequently.
Yeah, no, Saving Private Ryan, because Matt Damon's in both of them. That threw me off. But
Well,
yes.
Mark likes Saving Ryan's Privates.
Saving Ryan's Privates is actually one of my favorite things to do.
I'll go Born on the 4th of July.
Oh, great. Yes, great.
Wow. You know what? I think that's often not discussed enough.
Yeah.
I think Born on the 4th of July is not talked about enough.
That
Long
dude,
Island
Ron,
Ties.
Yeah, Ron
Kovic.
Ron Kovic,
Yeah.
Long Island dude.
Massapequa.
Massapequa, man.
So Saving Ryan's Privates also has a Long Island tie to it. Grew up around the block from me, basically. Ed Burns is in Saving
Yeah,
Privates.
Oh,
Ed
right.
Burns.
Yeah.
Who
Ed
grew up
Burns.
literally steps away from my house.
Did you know him?
He was older than me, so
I bet he still is.
He's still older than me. I knew who he was, but he went to that where I grew up. It was called Gibson. That was the part of Valley Stream.
Oh, by the deli?
Yeah, by the deli. Yeah, that's where I
fucking
grew
love
up.
Gibson's
yeah.
Deli.
So you either lived on the good side of the tracks and you went to Hewlett High School, or you lived on the bad side and you went to the Valley Stream schools. You can imagine where I went. And Ed Burns went to Hewlett High School. I went to Valley Stream. But we lived, I would say, like from here to Miller's Ale House. That's how far we lived from each other.
Yeah, right. Wow.
So he had a pretty decent part for a young actor in that film.
He was the
He was already kind of. He was already out there.
Well,
I
he made
think
his
when he
own-
made that, right?
What, the Brothers McMullen. He
Yeah,
made like his own
yeah.
movies.
That's right.
He was like
Right.
one of the first when that indie movement started
Right,
happening with like Kevin Smith and those guys.
Yeah.
He was kind of right there. Brothers
Yes.
McMullen, and then he made another one. He made two of them.
Was She's the One?
She's the one.
Yeah,
That's
she's
right.
the
I like
one.
that
So
one.
Brothers
yeah.
McMullen, what's interesting about that is that he basically kind of begged, borrowed, and stole every penny that he could. The movie was actually shot in his best friend's house. It was a good friend of mine, Rich Tedesco.
Wow.
They used that movie on Marlboro Road, and you'll see that the name of his production company is Marlboro Road Productions.
Oh, nice.
Forever.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. See that?
So, but they didn't have any real money at all for that movie. So a lot of the people took, and you weren't talking major motion picture actors or actresses. It was people that he knew from the industry who he eventually put in all all of his movies later on, but very low budget, and it just hit. And
that's why I love Ed Burns for many reasons. He's just, his demeanor on camera is always great. He's a creative guy, but he's also an independent filmmaker who made it happen somehow. You know what I mean? There's just certain guys that are able to just kind of break through. What do you think how do you do it? Do you know?
He was a what do you call it when you're like an intern or whatever on I guess it was either Letterman or one of the New York shows, and he just had a love of writing and that kind of thing. And his father was a retired, I think, FDNY or NYPD, and I think he basically took most of his dad's money and borrowed it from what the story goes, and just hit it. You know, he just got it into the right hands, and
so he just networked.
He networked. That's it, exactly. What else?
Nice.
That's what we got.
So we're up to 6. So I'm going to read some. Oh, go ahead.
I don't know if this is considered a war movie, but I think it kind of is. Would you consider Crimson Tide a war movie? With Gene Hackman, it was the
submarine.
Yeah,
fuck yeah, that's great.
Crimson
that's a great
Tide
one.
is such.
Give me the key or whatever that.
So Tim and Denzel in an incredible scene. I think that's one. If it's considered a war movie, definitely one of my favorites.
Definitely a military movie.
Yeah,
for sure. I don't know if there was a war or not.
Yeah, but it could have been. It was on the verge of one.
yeah, exactly.
All right, so I'm going to read some comments, and I'm going to read comments because I believe they're naming some movies as well.
We want all the movies.
So Fremder's excited to see Don here. Ray Louisi says Hicks real strong. Okay,
nice.
Fremder in the Army. Oh, I'm not reading that. Oh, The Great Escape, says Ray Louisi.
Oh, The Great Escape was a great movie. Yeah, that was. I
didn't see that.
You know who was in that? What's his from Steve McQueen, first of all. He was great in that. But also the guy, my names are all messed up. Charles Bronson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Charles Bronson was crawling through that tunnel that they built. That was they were all in a camp, like a refugee camp or something like that, and they had to escape from there, and they dug a hole underground and all the stuff. Steve McQueen was great in it. And also the dude, he was in one of those shows, and not what's his name? Not Matlock.
Matt Damon again?
What's his name? Another Matt Damon.
Was it?
No, the three. There was 3 stars of that movie, and Steve McQueen obviously was the main dude. Then you had Bronson, and then the third guy. What the heck was his name?
Right there, that's 2 killers. Two amazing actors right there.
Oh yeah, look it up. IMDb. Thank God.
Yeah,
for
thank
IMDb.
God. Thank God for the internet in general.
Exactly.
Us idiots, forget it.
We're in the middle of dementia, all of us, and you can never remember a goddamn thing.
That scene of Steve McQueen with the motorcycle jumping over the fence is a classic.
James Garner.
James Garner. That's who it was. Yes. And he was in that show. It wasn't Matlock. What's his name?
Rockford Files.
Rockford Files. Thank you. So.
Let's see how many things we can add on to not remembering. And he was on. Let's see, Rockford Files, and it was right before that other show that was on.
You know the guy with the nose. The guy who has the nose.
James Garner was a great actor, but they don't make actors like Michael Landon anymore. And
they don't.
James Garner.
Those were right men type actors, like
real men.
Those are the actor men that raised us.
That's right. Charles Bronson was in what was it? The Vigilante. What other movies he was in?
I almost said Mad Max, but then it's not. What did they call it? He had a name. He made all those movies.
Yeah, Dirty Harry. Right?
No, I almost went for it.
No,
it's. I don't know why my mind's drawing blanks today.
We all know what it is, though. If it was multiple choice, we'd be 100 out of 100.
I know. Charles Bronson, man.
What was he? He was definitely a something. He was definitely like a right wing Ricky or something.
He made like
Death Wish.
Oh, right, Death Wish.
And The Mechanic. The Mechanic was a great movie too.
Oh man,
was he in? Check his IMDb. Was he in any other war movies? Because I feel like he should have been, but I know he's definitely in The Great Escape. Great pick of a movie.
A Dead Poet Society. He was great in. Remember?
All the Matt Damon movies.
All of them. He was so good.
I know there's something
Ocean's 12.
There's something called You're in the Navy Now.
Oh.
There's another one called Battle Zone. I'm assuming these are all war movies.
Unreal.
Shout out to Charles Bronson, man.
Yeah.
He was
a man.
Target Zero? I don't know these movies. I'm just yelling titles
before we go to the list that you have, there's one movie that I think is a little bit under the radar, but me and my buddies, who must have been around 12 when it came out, so it was 83 figure or 84, it was a Gene Hackman film called Uncommon Valor.
Oh, yeah! Yeah.
Uncommon Valor.
What's his name in that too?
Here we go again. No.
Patrick
Swayze was
Patrick
in it.
Swayze.
That's right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was doing the clay. He was doing the.
He was around.
Yeah, they were around the fire trying to,
while the Righteous Brothers were singing.
You do remember Uncommon Valor because
Yes.
it definitely was not considered a classic war movie, but it was a badass motherfucking movie though.
It was
Uncommon
great.
Valor.
It was
Yeah.
great, and that's what I mean. Like sometimes the movies are better in your memory because I've
Yes.
seen it recently.
Yes.
not that great, but in my memory it was great. 'cause-
Uncommon Valor. If we watched it today, we would probably think it was a big piece of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I
It
would
was
say like
great then.
there was a summer that me and my buddies ate Chinese food every day after Days of Our Lives and watched Uncommon Valor.
He's not kidding.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
what we
he's not
did.
kidding.
We used to
Yeah.
go to Chinese food on Rockaway Avenue in Valley Stream, get the luncheon special, and then we would come back, watch Days from 1 to 2, and Uncommon Valor pretty much every day of the
because you had to
summer.
get your man back after
Right,
watching
right,
Days
right,
of Our Lives and
right.
find out what happened to Patch.
That's it. After we sucked each other off. Yeah, after we sucked each other off, we had to go ahead and...
what happened to Patch and Hope?
Yeah.
And then you go...
Bo and Hope, yeah.
Yeah, Bo
Patch
and
and
Hope.
Kayla.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
nice.
See,
To-
I know my shit, man.
you
To
do.
justify it, the girls were hot, man. So you would watch for that.
I used to love Kelly Ripa. I forget what show she was on, but back then she was like she's at my age.
General Hospital.
Yeah, and I was
Yeah.
like, damn, she's hot. And then now she's become a big star.
You know, so I mentioned before doing a job at the phone company where I met Harrison Ford. I also did a job at the phone company right in front of Susan Lucci's house. What a nasty, nasty
Wait, Garden
bitch.
City? Where was she? Yeah.
We
Wow.
were doing some work
She's
right
still
in front.
alive?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
She came out screaming
Let's go
at
to her
us.
house.
wow. Let's go fuck
Screaming.
her up, that old ass bitch.
And then
Let's
her
see what she's up
husband,
to.
her husband came out to try and like squash things. She turned on him right in front of us,
Oh, I
screaming
love that.
at him.
Oh, wow.
And you can see the embarrassment on his face. And all of us, we got jackhammers and backhoes. We got the orange vests. We're all men, and
Right.
we're looking at him like,
You big pussy.
no, totally gave him that big pussy look, and
I'm so
he put
sorry
his
to hear
head down
that.
in his house.
Because one of my favorite TV moments of all time that I go down the rabbit hole constantly is that after Susan Lucci was nominated for the Daytime Emmy for her show for like 35 years or something
never won it,
outrageous,
right?
she won it. And I'll tell you,
Oh, she finally did eventually
but
win?
The video when they gave her the award,
Yeah.
the hair on my arm is standing up right now.
Really?
It is like, I think if I remember correctly, it was Oprah who presented her the award, and the audience felt it. Like they're like, this bitch, this motherfucking Tony Walker bashing bitch. When she gave it, her emotion, like she could barely like catch
Really?
her breath. Yeah.
She went years and years and years being overlooked and
Yes.
never won it. Always nominated.
Always nominated, never won it, and they finally gave it to her, which she probably didn't even deserve it that year.
Yeah, right.
They
But
just were like,
she
just
won
give
it.
it to her.
But now I feel bad that I mentioned it in a positive light since she was so awful.
She
to
probably
you.
complained behind the scenes. They're finally like, let's
Yeah.
shut her up.
Oh yeah, that's probably what happened.
She must have been
Yeah.
a diva on set too.
Oh yeah.
Where's my mocha latte?
Change this line.
This is
The
cold.
funny thing is that my father, may he rest in peace, who died today, as Tony knows. Not today, actually. That would have been, ironic that I was here. I'm
Wow.
like, he's okay. I'm going to be. No, he used to ride the train with her all the time because she would go from Garden City.
Oh, really?
Wow,
to
she took the train?
The train
Wow.
every day. Yeah.
I'll give her a little.
Yeah.
Give her a
Yeah,
little
that's
bit.
interesting.
Yeah,
I don't think that soap actors or actresses ever approach the amount of money that regular TV stars
That
and
next
movies.
level.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think like soap stars were that.
I don't
that,
think they're doing that bad.
No, she
either,
lived in Garden
but-
City, but I'm
Right.
just saying I don't think she was
Yeah.
like several hundred million. I think she was
Right.
enough to yell at
Lucci,
utility workers.
and that's Lucci level.
Yeah, Lucci level.
If you're a regular level,
low man on the
you're not getting that much.
Yeah, if you're I'd say Patch was probably decently up
Is he
there.
still on the show? Like I know some of these people stay on there forever. those
Some of them
shows.
are on forever. I haven't caught it. I know that Bo and that Hope has been back on intermittently. Christian Alonso, her name is. I didn't
I
study
was
that or
never a
anything.
big fan like how you are, but
You knew of
I
it.
did have a Hope poster.
Yeah. Oh,
I had a
wow.
Hope poster in my
don't even
room
know who that is.
Next
She
to
was-
Vanna White. She was freaking smoking hot brunette.
Naturally one of the most beautiful human beings. Her face was. She
Really?
had dark hair, blue eyes.
Do you know her name in real life?
Christian Alonso. Or yeah, I don't know if it's Christina.
I had
or
a poster. Let's see if you can find the actual poster too. Maybe
Her
they still
poster
have-
was knockout, dude.
Yeah, I had that poster in my room.
And there probably wasn't a lot of them, so you probably had the one standard poster of her.
Kind of like that Farrah Fawcett. Like there's only
the
one
red suit with
Yeah.
the nipples being hard. I didn't have that one
Yeah.
either. Yeah.
I had the Hope poster, and I had a Vanna White looking sexy.
You had all of the hack posters, and that's fine. I did too.
Yeah, well, she was wearing the black dress and Vanna White.
God.
Yeah, she was hot in that.
Yeah, that's definitely not her.
Hold on, it's I'll tell you exactly. It's Christian, Kristian Alfonso. Sorry, I said Alonzo. I'm thinking about Pete. Alfonso.
Christian Alfonso,
Yeah.
a.k.a. Hope, and it was Hope and Bo was a storyline back in the day in the 80s
this is
and
her
90s.
not that long ago. I mean, she's just outstanding. But he'll find a good picture.
I gotta see these.
Oh, I remember her.
hot.
Yeah.
She's still hot.
Yeah, she's gorgeous. I mean, just
And
stunning.
her nipples are hard in that too.
Oh yeah, that makes all of us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, see if you,
she's just
go
outstanding.
after that. Put on in the search. Put on poster from the 80s and just see if the
Poster that Don still used to whack off to.
Yeah, it's probably going to show my poster that I had of her. It's
a
still,
crusty poster.
It's still sticky.
Crusty poster.
It still has a funk on it.
Right. Why is there snow
It
on
might
it?
have been that one right there. There it is.
Really? Is that it? Whoops. Where'd it go? Oh, this.
I believe that's the one. Yeah.
All right,
Oh yeah.
All right,
I mean,
she was
I'll share
outrageous.
with everybody.
Oh, good.
Hang on.
Totally. She was in no war movies. I don't think. That she was
We got here.
Yeah.
She was in. She got blasted on quite a bit. But,
she did. Let me tell you, back in the day, like those daytime soap shows, they get pretty fucking steamy.
They
did,
They get legit like you.
The nighttime ones too, like Knots Landing in Dallas.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
I almost feel like the daytime ones felt like nobody was like paying attention, the censors, and they'd slip one in once in a while.
Oh, I agree with you there.
Bo just snaked Hope right on air right now. You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
John Rusciello mentioned Hacksaw Ridge. Did you guys see that? That's a good movie.
That's a good one.
That's a good
John
movie.
Rusciello knows his shit.
who
He
was
knows
in
war
Ridge
movies.
again?
Was
who
it
the star of that one?
Is it Clint Eastwood? Who was?
Yeah, it was Clint Eastwood.
That's how old's John Rusciello that he has a good history of.
John just turned 71.
Oh, so he's got a good memory of these things.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of war movies back in the day too, like in the 50s and 60s.
Well, there was tons of them
It was
back
westerns and war movies. That was pretty
that's
much
all there was.
Oh, Ray Luisi says Deer Hunter.
Deer
Forgot
Hunter,
about
great.
Deer Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was more like an anti-war, like it was not anti-war. It was after the war, like readjusting to, normalcy again. But that one scene from the Deer Hunter, well, when he's captive and they play Russian roulette, that's the greatest scene ever. That's the scene actually that when I was a kid, when I saw that movie, it made me love De Niro.
Yes,
more than ever. When he's like 3 bullets, put 3 bullets in it.
That's right.
And then they were like, this guy's crazy, but they didn't realize he's like, fuck you, bah bah bah. Great freaking movie.
Great film.
That scene alone is worth the price of admission to watch that movie.
Vicky says Apocalypse Now, of course.
Apocalypse Now is on my list.
She also mentioned Stripes.
Stripes!
You know what? That's legitimate.
That counts. That counts.
That's legitimate.
That's the facts, Jack.
So I'm going to name a movie that's one of my favorite films with my buddy Champy, who you've heard me talk about a lot, Tony, over the time. I don't know if it's considered a war movie, but it is during time of war. Red Dawn.
Red Dawn.
The original Red Dawn.
Red Dawn. The original Red Dawn, not that remake.
Yeah, the Red Dawn with Patrick Swayze,
Wolverine!
with Sean Thomas Howell.
Dude,
they remade that movie?
Yes, and it was abysmal.
It was awful, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know
A
that.
few years ago. Like
Jennifer
recently.
Grey was in it, I think.
Jennifer Grey was in it, yeah.
Oh, wow.
The girl from Back to the Future, Marty's girlfriend, was in that movie.
What, Elizabeth Shue?
No.
Oh, the original girlfriend?
No, his mother. I'm sorry.
mother.
The actor played his mother. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was hot.
Yeah,
She still looks good.
She's still around.
Red Dawn was great because
Yes.
that was like our generation. I was like they're all like similar ages to us.
Yes.
So when you watch that movie and you see this shit going down, and Patrick Swayze,
Yeah.
I mean from the outsiders on, he's always kind of leader of all these guys.
Charlie Sheen, C. Thomas Howell. That movie was, again, so we're all similar age. That movie came out, I think, in '84, and if I remember correctly,
sounds about right.
it was the first PG-13 movie ever.
Yeah, that sounds about right too.
And that movie was the kind of movie as a kid that you had nightmares over because it seemed so practical that it could happen.
It could happen.
You know?
Right.
I'll tell you the scene that me and my buddy Champy talk about all the time. It's at the very beginning of the movie, and the bad guys, the Russian war guys, approach the school, and the big African American teacher walks out of the classroom and he says, "What's going on here, my friends?" And they just riddled him with bullets right there. That was. They just riddled him with bullets.
There was no conversation.
And it just, but obviously it was a sad scene, but we joke about it like, what the fuck was he doing? Like, he saw guys that were clearly not American soldiers, and he walked out of the classroom like he was going to do it. What's going on here, my friends? And they just fucking riddled him.
Riddled him with he didn't need to do that. He should have said, everybody get down.
Right.
Call the police.
Well, that's like also in the 80s. What was that movie about when the nuclear bomb goes off in the United States?
Oh my God, that's a horrible.
And that was the thing. Back then, it was like this could happen any second.
That movie shook me bad.
Yeah, what was that? What was that movie?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Was it Jason Robards?
It was. It might have been Jason Robards, but it was a horrible movie in the sense that it made you think that like you could be a victim of this.
Right. Right.
Scary times, man. When you like Red Dawn, dude. Everybody wanted to be C. Thomas Howell. He was the badass in that movie.
Right.
When he was because he was the one that really kind of after he killed the deer. Remember he drank the deer blood?
And they made him eat the cup of blood. Yeah.
And then then after that he put the war paint on and was just like Wolverine.
How crazy.
That was his coolest movie. He was C. Thomas Howell's in a lot of great movies.
Yeah.
But that was his best part.
So the other actor that me and my buddy Champy love from that movie, and he's our favorite actor, died not that long ago, Harry Dean Stanton, who is a classic old character actor. And he was, they went to go say goodbye to their dad. And he was holding on to the fence, and he was like, and he was bloodied and all this shit. And, his friends were like, don't say anything. And he went up to the fence, and as they walked off, he yelled, boys! Avenge me! Yes. Avenge me! It's like a classic film.
That's a clip. That's a clip that should you should put it on like a GIF. And put that out there. Avenge me!
You know what? Maybe I'll make a little TikTok, what do you call it, a duet out of it or something?
Yeah.
And I'll go behind the fence and I'll ask to have myself avenged as well.
Yeah, do that.
That's great.
Right?
So we were talking about Marc Hamill before.
Yeah.
I don't remember why or how, but...
Because he's a classic war actor.
We were talking about
the big red one.
The big red one. So we were looking at his IMDb. And I mentioned 8 is enough. So Vicky says Marc Hamill was actually in the original cast. He played the oldest brother.
No way.
And then when Star Wars took off, he had to be recast.
Oh wow.
Who knows?
Is that true?
Wow.
Who told you that?
Vicky says that in the comments. I have no idea.
Wow, Marc Hamill. Man. He was destined to be a teen heartthrob no matter what.
Dear God says I love the fact that they hired little people for all the Ewoks.
Me too. I love little people. They always make me happy.
Mickey's watching. Ann is watching. Ann and John are flirting. Hunt for Red October. Yep.
Oh, the Hunt for we got that in there, right?
Carol Miner says she loves Memphis Belle, which I've heard of, but I couldn't tell you anything about it, so I don't even know.
Memphis Belle was great. You know who's
That's
in that?
That's a war movie?
Yeah, it's a movie about the war. The guy I interviewed him. Courtney Gaines is in that movie. Courtney Gaines, who was in Children of the Corn. And he was also in Can't Buy Me Love. He was his best friend. Who's like, you shit on my house, man. You should. So Courtney Gaines was in Memphis Belle. Had a really good cast. It was about, I think it was a World War II flight crew of all these young guys, and it's based on a true story where they kind of saved the day. So yeah, Memphis Belle, put that on the list. That's
I think the list is comprehensive.
Yeah, we're definitely past 10.
Well, this list is great. We can keep this going. We're getting the.
And again, I don't know if they're all classic war movies, but they have to be considered in that genre, though.
Right.
Yes.
Right? Like, Red
definitely
Dawn
military. Military genre.
Vicky says Kelly Ripa was in All My Children.
Yes.
Okay.
Vicky also says that Shemar Moore gave Susan Lucci the award. So now we just know that you're prejudiced. So that's fine.
He looked like Oprah to me. Yeah.
I
you know what it was? Hold on.
But you get an award.
Vicky, can you if you watch the video, Oprah's definitely in the video. There's no question that in that
maybe
clip,
they're making out.
No, I think that it was probably one of those things where they wanted to kind of draw up the dramatic scene and then you're showing the most famous person in all the world at the time, Oprah,
So it's just a close-up of Oprah?
I think it was kind of like that, yeah.
Might be her just looking real proud like this.
But Shemar Moore is a piece of candy, though, boy.
Really? I don't know who that is.
Oh, boy.
Ladies and gentlemen,
here it is. You got it right here.
Yeah, I'm just going to look
Shemar Moore. That was 1999 she finally won it.
So and she was already acting since 1945, so it's a long time.
I wonder what Susan Lucci looks like now. She's still hot. Like some of these women age pretty well.
I don't know. I would assume she looks like a ball bag.
That's just her neck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's all sorts of close-ups of people crying and
yeah. But
Rosie O'Donnell is sitting there
she's
crying
crying
for
too?
Oprah.
the
Crying
actual
for
moment,
Susan
though, Tone. I don't know if you're going to play it or not.
No.
But can you watch it later, though, please? Because it's really a pretty special moment, though. Although maybe now it's not after she harassed you and shamed you.
I know who Shamar Moore is. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, he's eye candy. Yeah.
He's in.
Yeah.
He was around back then. Isn't he big in that one of those cop
FBI
movies?
shows?
FBI,
Yeah.
like,
I wouldn't know because I watch it every single week just for his scenes alone.
CSI.
But yes.
Like CSI.
No
New York
idea.
or something?
I
Dear
just
God
watch it.
says, "Run silent, run deep." Is that the name of a movie? Anybody know?
Check it out. Let's look.
No, I think
that's
it was
true.
just a warning for us.
Run silent, run
That's
deep,
it.
boys.
That's it. He's telling us to leave the studio immediately.
Oh no, it is a movie with Burt Lancaster and what's his name?
Oh shit! Yeah, that's
And,
a legend. That's
Clark Gable.
Clark Gable.
You
Yeah.
see those movies,
Wow,
which I'm sure
who
are
threw that
amazing.
one out there.
Yeah, dear God, how old are you? I wanted to see
You know what?
how
You
old
don't
that
have to be old to know classic music
Yeah.
movies.
Well,
you
true.
know.
True.
Run silent, run deep. I never even heard it. I gotta check that movie out.
1958.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
so
It's a war action movie.
I love both of those actors. Are great.
that's before me and Don were born. Not you, Tony, but yeah, yeah.
Don Rickles is in it.
Don Rickles was
Yeah,
trying to be a serious actor. at one
classic.
point. Kelly's Heroes. Put that one down.
Oh, I forgot
Kelly's,
about
Clint
Kelly's
Eastwood
Heroes.
and Don Rickles was
Yeah.
in Kelly's Heroes. So was Don Sutherland. Yeah, that's a great one. Also put Commando in there
You know what?
and Rambo.
Commando. Why not? I mean, there's
Yeah.
again a war element to it.
Yeah, this is my week.
Yeah, that's true.
And then what was the other one with De Niro? With Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh, where he was teaching him how to be a scuba diver or something?
submarine. Oh, not submarine, but underwater movie. What was
Men
that?
of Honor.
Men of
Oh,
Honor.
that's a good one.
Yeah, we could add that one in there for sure. Yeah, Cuba Gooding Jr. was great in that. De Niro. But yeah, Run Silent, Run Deep. Clark
Yeah,
Gable.
never heard of
We
that.
should set up a viewing. We should do that.
Yeah,
definitely
Run Silent,
do
Run
that.
Deep. Yeah, we have to come out and watch that. So what's this list so far? What do we got so far?
Very
got-
comprehensive.
You want me to read the list or count?
Yeah, read it.
Oh,
Yeah.
read it.
Yeah.
Okay. So Rambo, Men of Honor, Run Silent, Run Deep, Commando, Kelly's Heroes, Full Metal Jacket, Platoon, The Big Red One, Bridge Over River Kwai, Saving Ryan Private, Saving Private Ryan,
Goodwill Hunting.
Born on the 4th of July, Goodwill Hunting.
That's right.
Crimson Tide, The Great Escape, Uncommon Valor, Hacksaw Ridge, Deer Hunter, Apocalypse Now, Stripes, Red Dawn, Memphis Belle.
Wow.
And there's one that's killing me. I can't remember the name.
Good Morning Vietnam.
Good
with,
morning.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a great pick.
Is it though? I thought.
Yes. No,
That's
that's,
a
a great
great
one.
pick.
I
All
love
right.
that movie.
Okay.
But there's one I just saw recently. Oh, what's the one with Mark Wahlberg? Where
I
he,
fucking hate Mark Wahlberg.
so do I.
Three
But,
Kings.
well, no.
Oh, actually, no. That is
That's
a war
one.
movie.
Yeah.
But no, there's one that he played.
That's actually an excellent.
Recently.
That's an excellent film, and I disdain Mark Wahlberg, and we've talked about it on my show many
Yes.
times.
Yes, I'm with you.
You guys understand why my hatred for Mark Wahlberg is so deep, though, right? Do you understand
No,
it?
why?
Because Mark Wahlberg, if you go back, and I'm not saying that people can't show attrition and can't, try to
Evolve.
right their wrongs,
Right.
but his history of being a bad dude when he was obviously previous to being a major motion picture star was so gratuitous, like acts of awful racism
Yes.
and beating people, and he blinded a guy's eye for being Vietnamese, and just if you go and read the wiki page, it'll make you think that okay, so he's obviously a good guy nowadays, and he's given himself to the Lord, and he does all these commercials for Christianity. But if you watch him and then you read that stuff, it really has to make you think that maybe if he wasn't so famous, he wouldn't be showing this type of attrition.
I bet you if he never made it famous, he would end up in jail or some shit.
So and he was in jail. He had served time in jail,
yeah.
but
I mean, like hard time.
Yeah,
He
I
probably
think
would have
so.
devolved if he hadn't found the Funky Bunch.
I think that's.
I think the Funky Bunch saved him.
It saved him. And, I had a similar type of dialogue this week when I had posted some anti-Jimmy Kimmel and anti-Howard Stern stuff.
Yes.
And people, obviously the far left libs were arguing with me that people are allowed to evolve and they're allowed to change. But at what cost, though?
Right.
Like, it's okay for Howard Stern to go for literally 30 years of making fun of people with Down syndrome and wishing people cancer and wearing blackface and all this awful shit that he did. And now now he decides that he's getting closer to being older and all this stuff.
Now
that
he wants to be regarded as this great
I just
guy.
don't think you can do that. And I'm not saying you can't apologize and things like that, but can you make that turn?
No, I think you can't make. I don't think you can make the turn through the public eye. I think people are always going to see Howard Stern as the piece of shit that he was.
Yeah.
Right? But I think that he could change and better himself, but he can't change his legacy. You can't rewind the shit that you've done in the past. Like same with Mark Wahlberg. Look, even though Mark now has good vibrations,
yes,
with the funky bunch,
yes, he does. Very good.
He can't take anything back from blinding somebody,
right?
Or the harm he caused. What he could do is go back to that Vietnam family and then repent that way and say, hey, you know what? Let me buy you guys a house, or hey, let me get you a car, or let me get your eye surgery.
I don't think he's done that. And again, I think that if these guys want to become better people, the Kimmels and the Sterns, go ahead, but don't become a preacher to me, though.
Exactly.
Right. Don't become you don't.
That's a great point.
You lost that right over the last 30 years.
Yeah.
You don't get to be awful for 30 years, and you want to be good now. We prefer that you're good going forward.
That's the good
but
thing.
But man, the list of shit that more so Howard Stern did than Jimmy Kimmel, and for them to come and Jimmy Kimmel to be on camera weeping about how we all lost the other night and Trump's the bad man and all this shit. Well, what about you, bro? You did some pretty fucking awful stuff.
Both Kimmel and Stern both did blackface. Both Kimmel and Stern both misogyny and did bad things to women or humiliated women in one way or another. Both made fun of gays. If you look at the Man Show and all that stuff, so both have a history of being the worst people around to today's standards.
Another rabbit hole I want you guys to look in when you get a chance later on is Dana Plato, who played the sister on Different Strokes.
Her last.
She was on Howard's show, and they were working her over like they would anyone, and she killed herself basically the next day, or overdosed or whatever, however you want to say it.
Yeah.
So,
and he never took accountability for
He never took accountability, and I'll tell you why. I think it's because in that time was how many years ago, where not everything was magnified the way it is nowadays. If that happened in 2024,
he would have been.
He would have been brought up on charges. It would have been a whole different ball of wax. So these guys, the Kimmels and the Sterns, were lucky that their bad shit happened at a time where we didn't have iPhones. We didn't have the ability to go ahead and exactly.
Right.
So, Jimmy Kimmel, save your shit, bro. That just save your shit. You want to be a good guy now? I'm all about that. But don't tell me why I should hate Donald Trump.
Don't tell me
I'm not an
bad.
idiot. I know why I don't want to like him, love him, or I should like him, love him. I know all that.
Right.
You don't need to tell me that.
Another thing with Stern too, he's responsible for basically, you could argue, for 2 suicides. Remember what was the guy from Philly? His wife.
Yes.
Yeah, his wife. He had his wife sitting on his lap. He put his wife on a dial-a-date, put her out.
Right.
And she ended up killing herself.
And God only knows with Hank the Angry Dwarf and all these other guys who he basically was feeding into their alcoholism, like the drunk, one of the drunk dwarf guys.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't exactly trying to get them help.
Nah, he loved to humiliate them and exploit them.
You Gary the retard, you're gonna go ahead and say you're a great guy now, and you have a guy named Gary the retard on your show for all those years,
or the Klan guy.
Wake
up, white people! All that stuff he had
crazy
going on.
Shit.
Yeah. So Howard Stern.
Yeah. Save it.
And Kimmel both, man. You're hypocrites. You're fucking hypocrites.
That's all my point was. Just hypocrites, Tony Walker, save it. We don't want to hear you. Yeah.
Ann Rodney says her poster was Andy Gibb.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah.
I had the monkey posters, and my crush was Mickey Dolenz, who I had the pleasure of meeting in the 80s. I met Mickey Dolenz once myself.
Yeah, those are good ones. Those are good ones.
Vicky says Red Dawn was the first movie to be rated PG-13.
See that?
Hey, I like that we have Vicky fact checking us.
She's all over it.
Great.
She also
Snopes.
She says that's her nickname, Snopes.
Yeah.
She mentioned Patton. That's one we didn't mention.
Oh, Patton, great movie. Oscar win.
The Wahlberg movie I was thinking of is called Lone Survivor.
Survivor.
See that one?
That was a good one.
No, you have to realize that I've pretty much weaned myself off of Mark Wahlberg.
I don't blame
you,
but that was a good movie.
Yeah,
that was based on a true story and a book. That I forget who the guy's real name is, but that's a true story about a guy who his whole platoon got killed and he was the only survivor and had to freaking get to safety somehow. So it's
unreal.
Yeah, it's
and
crazy.
there was another movie I saw recently.
Sniper.
Oh, Sniper was
That's
That's
good.
the big
That was-
one. Yeah.
That was Bradley Cooper, right?
Bradley Cooper.
That was a really good movie.
And then there was the other one.
I like that one a lot.
A guy. Here we go again with the thing. He was a bomb. This was a recent movie in like the last 10 years or so. He put out bombs in like Iraq or something like that. He was and he won an Oscar for it. He's in the superhero movies now. What's Jeremy something? What's his name?
Oh, Jeremy Renner?
Jeremy Renner won the Oscar for this movie. I can't remember the name of it. Where he was a bomb tech, and he put out it was a really, really strong movie. I can't think of the name of it.
Well, wait for Vicky Snopes to come and type it in.
Hurt Locker. Hurt Locker.
Hurt Locker. Okay.
Snoop Dogg. That's her new name. Snoop Dogg. Oh,
Snoop Dogg.
Jeremy Renner. That is a good. Yeah. If a movie happened in the past few years, I probably didn't see it.
Yeah.
I don't watch any of those serious movies anymore.
You should see the Hurt Locker. It's
All
really
right.
good. It will grab you in. It will pull you in.
I saw a war movie just recently.
That's what I used to call my locker in high school, and they stuffed me in it. It was the Hurt Locker.
It's the Hurt Locker.
Yeah. That's what it felt like. Well, speaking of war movies, I did as much as I possibly could today to avoid the plans that my wife had tried to foil up for me, considering. But I am actually leaving now to go into Manhattan for the day. Speaking of war.
What's going on in Manhattan?
Listen, man, all I wanted to do today, so today's the 7-year anniversary of my dad passing. I went to the cemetery this morning. I did all the stuff I needed to do, and I just wanted to kind of watch horse racing and just vegetate. And then I'm starting to get barraged by texts. Max wants to go into the city because they have Raising Cane's there, and I want to go into Bryant Park to walk in the park. And I'm like, my God, this all sounds brutal, beyond brutal.
There's Eisenhower Park.
Eisenhower, and there's also fucking KFC right down the block. So I am heading home. I have to be there to pick them up and either take a train from the city or drive in, and I'll spend my day in Manhattan and just pray that the day goes fast.
So
And,
it's just a day of a lot of crying, basically.
It started out crying, and then it stopped, and now as much as I love to spend the rest of the half hour on the show, I do have to get back to Levittown, the other side of Levittown. So thank you for having me on.
Anytime, pal. Glad you could stop by.
That
Thank
was
you.
awesome. Thank you, buddy.
And you're back tomorrow night? Hershey and the
night,
Keeks,
yes.
9 o'clock?
We got a lot of stuff to go over tomorrow.
I can tell you now why I couldn't do this past Tuesday.
Okay.
So John Rusciello.
Yeah.
John Rusciello, he's a big viewer and supporter of the show.
It's great.
With the PAL Special Needs Unit, he has donated money on more than one occasion. He wanted a Knockem Dead comedy shirt.
Okay.
And he ordered a size that I don't normally stock. So I ordered one specifically for him. I went online and found a cheap flight to Florida for a round trip, $150.
Wow.
So last Monday I flew down to Florida and surprised him.
Hand delivered
the shirt to him, and I spent the night at his house, came back home Tuesday.
So he had no idea that he was going to have a house guest overnight. He had no idea.
It was worked out with his wife.
Oh, so he's just a viewer. You know him from life.
No, I never. This was the first time I ever met him.
They spooned.
Are you fucking kidding me?
He barbecued me one of the best steaks I've ever had in my life.
Wait a second.
Oh,
Wait
yeah.
a second.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, that says a lot. That
dude.
says a lot.
The man is 71. He's got leukemia, and it's kicking his ass.
Oh my God!
And I just thought, so I just thought it would be a cool thing.
I don't want to ask any questions about it because I don't want to be repetitive when I talk about it tomorrow night. But no one's listening now, so ultimately, so he just saw you in person at his door, and that was it.
His wife. Well,
I make a note of this for tomorrow. It's amazing.
My Wednesday co-host, his name is Mike Kaplan.
Yeah,
he's friends with John. So he worked
friends, like real friends.
They actually know each other.
So he's not a total stranger. That
Right. So John from the Bronx, originally lived in Patchogue.
Okay.
But now in Florida. So Mike worked it out with the wife.
That would be weird if there was no middleman. If just
Right,
all of a
it's
sudden
like,
the show shows up the house.
Here's your shirt. Give me a steak.
No, I mean, so that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, is there just a random viewer?
That I'd be scared to go. Yeah. No, but I knew them through Mike and.
Dude,
so
that's
we set
amazing.
It up. It was cool.
You're a terrific person for doing that. Where in Florida was it?
Boynton Beach, which is about 15 minutes away from West Palm.
Sure.
So, which John. Oh, by the way, John, because Governors is putting on a show in West Palm Beach. Governors Comedy Club presents Long Island Comedy Gives to Florida. Thanksgiving Eve, they're doing a show at the Palm Beach Gardens Marriott with Carrie Caravis, Fat Jay, Patrick Sisk, and Adam Snare.
Oh, that's a great show.
And John Ruscello bought his tickets. He's
Is
going.
Patrick Sisk a Long Island guy too?
Forgive me, I don't know who that is.
He might be a Florida guy. It's possible.
Yeah.
Adam Snare is a former Long Islander who's now in Florida, who's been in this room with us.
Yeah, Snare.
But
Shout
of
out.
course, Carrie and Jay we know. But yeah, John's going.
I will obviously hammer you with questions about this tomorrow because I'm fascinated by it. Totally fascinated, and I'm glad that you hadn't said anything to anyone because it could have slipped and gotten out there.
Right, that's why I couldn't.
Yeah.
Right, so yeah, it was a
Wow.
total surprise. I have video. I got video of him like just looking.
Did you put that? You post that yet?
I played it on this show. I haven't
Okay.
posted it. I haven't
Wow.
played its own video, but
That's
yeah, I played it
awesome.
the
I
other
wish
day.
Keegan had somewhere to go tomorrow to surprise someone. That would be
That's
great.
what you guys should do. Just go to someone's house. And
No, just him tomorrow. Yeah, just him. All right, we'll talk
All right.
more about it tomorrow.
Sounds good.
I'm going to text you tomorrow about some of that stuff we were talking about, the advertisement
Oh,
stuff.
okay, cool.
All right, guys, have a great show. Love you both. Have a great day.
Thanks for
Mark
thanks for
Herschmann,
hanging.
safe travels, brother. God bless. Yes,
Good
safe
luck in the
travels
city, yes.
Go missing the city. You know what happened.
All right. Mark
all right,
Herschmann, everybody.
We got John is calling in again.
Mark dropped some good.
Yes, he did.
Some good names.
Hello, sir.
I know. King is leaving, but I just want to reiterate that it was the greatest surprise I ever had in my entire life. I don't
Yes.
deserve it. It was just fantastic.
That's
All right,
awesome.
And the way he did it. All right, Michael walked in first, and I was just surprised to see Michael. But Michael's Michael.
Right.
My best friend. Then all of a sudden, I see a shadow because my wife is weird. She doesn't like lights on in the house. I don't know. I guess
Save that money, that electricity money.
Yeah,
Or see John's face.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. Yeah, and I see this shirt without a body. All right, shaking in the wind, and all of a sudden I see this guy throwing something, and I can't see without my glasses.
What the hell is this?
And he threw the shirt at me, and then I put two and two together. It was the first time in my life, because I've been known, you guys don't know me, but I've been known to have a big mouth. I'm speechless. And Tony even said, he goes, look, he's speechless. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
The kindness of a man that I never met before, who is now a member of my family. Because I would be honored for him to be a member of my family.
Wow.
Just to take the time and come down. Again, it's one of the greatest honor I ever had in my life.
Well, that's awesome, John. I'm very happy to hear that. Tony rocks.
No,
He's
really,
yet to show up with a T-shirt for me, so that says a lot for you. But
well, it started some shit because Mike and him go back over 20 years.
Yeah.
And the first thing that Jew says, "Oh, I didn't have to bring me a shirt."
That's true.
That one said it too.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
what
great.
a pussy he is.
He's a dude for Kamala, I think.
Oh, I tell you, it was just amazing. And the guy is, you got some cousin there. I know he's your cousin.
Yep.
And he's just an amazing, amazing man.
Right on.
And listen, there's always a steak on the barbecue for you and Don and anybody else you want to bring.
All right, let's
All right.
party at John's house.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
That's it. And I'll talk to you soon.
Wait,
Bye-bye.
John, before
Thanks,
you go,
bro.
John, you still
Yeah.
there? Before
Yeah,
you go, give us one more military war movie.
Courage Under Fire.
Yes, good one,
wow.
great one. Courage Under Fire, Denzel
Yeah, I
Washington.
put it in the comments. Yeah, I put it in the comments.
Oh, great.
Oh,
one.
sorry, I
Yeah,
missed
we're
it.
going to
Okay.
hit back
Yeah,
to the
that's
comments.
okay. Well, you guys are young. You're youngsters. That came out in the 50s. All the movies that I'm talking about.
But Courage Under Fire was like the 90s, wasn't it? That was with
The
Denzel,
90s, yeah, that's
Denzel
right.
and Meg Ryan, I think.
Yeah.
Excellent pick, John. You're
call.
the man. Thank you so
All
much.
right. All right. I don't want to stay on the phone. I want to take away from the show. Love you guys.
Love you, John. Thank you,
Love
buddy.
too, John. You're the man.
Wow, that was nice. That was
Very
very
cool.
nice.
Courage
Thank
Under
you,
Fire.
Tom.
That's great.
Good call.
And John, great guy, man.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So we're looking at.
Oh, so he just put it there. in the
Okay,
comments.
so we got.
So let me add that, and then we got to. Whoops! Before it gets too late, we do have to change the subject for a second, because we have something to talk about here.
Oh yeah, my amazing my coloring books. I'm working on a line of coloring books. These are not the official ones yet. As you can see, there's like a black stripe going through them, so they're not for resale. These were my review copies from the publisher before I released them, so I had to make some changes. But these are going to be on Amazon, hopefully in time for the holidays. So I got Critter Crew rap stars, and then I got the Critter Crew comedians. So these are coloring books, and I wanted to make different coloring books. This one's all based on stand-up comedy and stand-up comedians. So, and the other one's about rappers. So I got like rodents. I think rodents are awesome. I love them. This is rat. Comedian
Foxy Roxy. Are any of these based on real people?
Underground comedy. Some of them are, some of them aren't. So like,
I asked because of this one right here. This one has Joey Petroni written all over it. Joey Petroni's a DJ.
Yep. And then here's a musical comedian, comedy night, and then, so it's just all a variety of different. Here's an improv comic. He's doing like some improv.
This one's my personal favorite.
Emin Hen. My daughter.
Emin Hen.
I got to give my daughter Amanda Sill credit for that one. She gave.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was on the phone with her brainstorming, and she came up with a lot, like the Notorious P.I.G. There. And then Emin Hen. We
Hilarious.
have Little Turk. A couple of them. We had. But yeah, so I got two of them. One, the Cardi Z. Is a zebra. So one of them is for critter rappers and zoo animal rappers, and then the other one is this is a political comic, and these are comedians. So this is Critter Comics, and then we got Critter Rappers, and then I have a Christmas one coming out, and I'm working on a whole line of these coloring books. So yeah, and the signature. If you look on the cover, see what my signature is.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. So Pappy Sill. So my my grandkids call me Pappy. So these will all my pen name for all my children's books were going to be called Pappy Sill, because it kind of has more of a Dr. Seussy vibe to it when it's Pappy versus Don Sill. So yeah, so Pappy Sill. So look for them. They're going to be on Amazon hopefully soon. It's going to be a whole line of coloring books. I'm looking to get put out 10, and then I'm also working on a children's book. So yeah, I'm just. That's my new thing. My grandkids, having two grandkids, kind of brought this out of me to want to do these and have something, because this is something physical that they could keep and pass down and outlive me long after my days. So they could Pappy Sill. These things could, they could pass these down to their kids, hopefully, in my mind. Maybe not the coloring books, but the story books. I'm working on a line of children's books, because I used to tell my kids stories all the time for bed, and I would just make up shit off the top of my head.
Oh, is that right?
And they remembered them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I started to turn those stories into actual books. So I have them written, and now I'm illustrating them with the help of AI.
Nice.
But it's not easy, especially AI does not. So if you're doing like a children's book, it doesn't. It's not consistent with the character. So like if it gives you a character, you can't continuously make the same character over and over again, right? So that's where I had to kind of get my own Photoshop skills into play, and I'm kind of creating my own illustrations for that book. So, but yeah, appreciate you helping me promote these. So look out. Once these are out, I will let Tony know, and I'll let everybody know, and it'll be all over. And you could follow me on Instagram at Donversations. / Don Sill on Instagram, and I'll have updates on all this stuff as well.
Yeah, all right. That's what I was going to ask. If you go to Amazon, like I don't know if you know yet, but would they type in Papa Sill or something?
It'll be Pappy Sill. Probably.
Pappy Sill. Sorry,
you could probably look for Pappy Sill on Amazon and start finding my books. They're not. You could search for it now. I don't think they have been released yet, even though I submitted the updates. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm working on I want to get about 10 of these coloring books, and then I got 2 children's books. Not one has a military theme yet.
All right, so I'm looking now. Yeah, there's Pappy Sill does not. Oh, Pappy Juice. That's a whole different thing.
That's how I made all these.
There's nothing yet.
Yeah.
But we'll keep tabs.
Yeah, but Pappy, Sill, look out for those. And then the coloring books will all be online as well. Hopefully soon. Hopefully in time for Christmas. That's what I'm trying to push for, at least for the coloring books. The children's books, there's no way it's going to be done by Christmas. I'm still... It's a process to, putting together the book. But, yeah, it's going to be very cool. So, yeah.
So, it's funny you say that you used to make up stories because when my guys were little, like super little, Toy Story, I think, had only maybe 1 or 2 movies out at the time. I think it was actually just 1. But so in 2002 is when I was sick, when I was diagnosed, and so I was home a lot. I mean, in and out of work all the time. Sometimes home for a year, and where I couldn't really do anything.
Yeah.
So. And this was really, I mean, you had home computers, but it's not like it is now where you can edit your own movie and stuff.
Right, yeah.
So I had a VHS camera, and because I was crawling around the house because I had nothing to do and I was sick, and so whenever I just felt good enough to do, this took me like 2 months. I recorded, then I edited using 2 VCRs.
Yeah, old school, deck to deck.
Ridiculous.
I used to do that too.
Oh, it's awful. But I made them, it's like a half hour of their own Toy Story movie.
Oh.
And it's all their toys coming alive and talking.
That's awesome, yeah.
But then I would mix in. I'd be like, oh, here they come, watch out. And then I'd throw in like this video of Zach, just like throwing his toys around and jumping around. Because Zach was a hyper kid. And he would just jump around the house. In fact, I remember once your brother came over. I don't remember what he was over for. He came over by himself. There was a reason for it, but he's hanging for a little while. We're just bullshitting, and we're down in my basement, and we're just hearing all this thump and boom and bang, and he kept, because we're in the basement. He's looking up, and I like
my brother.
And I'm to the point I don't even realize it.
Right,
so
it's
finally,
normal for you, yeah.
And I finally said. I finally realized I better tell him, so I was like, "That's Zach."
Yeah, he's never had a
never
son.
had a boy,
yeah,
right?
So he doesn't know how that.
He had
goes.
no idea.
Yeah,
so he just kept looking. And I was like, "It's just Zach," and he goes, "Is he all right?" I go, "He's jumping around." I never forgot that.
That's hilarious.
But anyway, yeah. So I threw in videos of that and stuff as well, just to But yeah, I had Lisa act in it. I had Woody because I had Toy Story toys, so I had Woody fell in love with Lisa. And he was following her around the house, and then Darth Vader was coming to attack. So I had this. In fact, I think Zach still has this big Darth Vader head that you opened up, and it was a case for all the action figures. Yeah. So Darth Vader was attacking, and
that's awesome.
Yeah, Woody was getting.
You still have that?
Yeah.
Dude, you gotta play that one day.
Should I play it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so embarrassed. It's so bad. I did all the voices. I did all it's so stupid. But
I'll show you the cover real quick of
what, the Christmas one?
Of the one I'm working on, one of the books. I already have some of the cover. But yeah, you should, dude, when you do stuff like that, especially if it's old, like you shouldn't be you got to share that stuff.
I know you do that a lot. You post the Don's
yeah,
what is it, memory Don's not
what is it called?
Going back
throwbacks,
right. I kept wanting to say feedback. I knew that was wrong.
I like doing the throwbacks because, like you said, I put it in a format where I could put out embarrassing stuff or stuff that's not great that I did back in the day.
That's really not the case though for you. I don't think I've seen anything that's not great.
No, I appreciate that. But here is the cover of the one of my books. So, and you can see the Pappy Sill moniker in there, and he look. So it is.
Oh my goodness!
I am a pickle. So this book will be coming out hopefully within the next 6 months or so. I'm working on it now, illustrating it. I have a couple illustrations that I've already been working on.
But this one's an actual book with a story.
This is a book with a story. This is not the coloring book. This is actual book with a story. It's about Mr. Pickle, and to me it's a story of self-acceptance.
Oh,
so it's got a message. I think a lot of these children's stories always have like a message.
Oh yeah,
and this one is about a pickle,
a Sill pickle
that didn't want to be a pickle. He refused to think he was a pickle. But then at the end, he didn't identify as a pickle.
Wow.
But then at the end, he realized that he is indeed a beautiful pickle. And there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with it.
And
beautiful
he embraced
pickle.
it. He embraced the pickle. So it's kind of a nice story. It's going to be all illustrated. I'm working on now. You saw the main picture of it, and again, a lot of this is me really tweaking the hell out of it. But the end, I put the characters together kind of like an animated cell. So these are all like different.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they're all like different pieces that I'm putting together, and then I'm adding on his expressions. It's almost like a virtual Mr. Potato Head, or whatever. Like all the So it's very time consuming.
I bet.
But this is Mrs. Ketchup and Mrs. Mustard, and they want a threesome. No, I'm just kidding. This
with the pickle.
No, but they're all
they want to tweak the pickle.
They're like, you got a nice sized pickle. But no, this is a fun little children's book that I've been working on. So yeah, this is my new thing that put some time into.
Ann says it's a great idea. John Rusiello says he's going to buy them as gifts for his grandchildren.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
And then Ann says, yes, indeed, we need more clean, non-violent books for our grandchildren. The coloring books are a winner, she says.
Thank
Very
you so
nice.
much.
Yeah,
Much
that's great.
Appreciated. Yes, I'm working on, like I said, a whole line of these. They're fun, and the thing too is I'm trying to do is get multiple niches, kind of. So like if it's a kid for coloring book, you got the coloring book. If you're interested in zoo animals or whatever, or rodents, you have the zoo animals. And if you're interested in rap and that kind of thing, it's all these fun rappers. Cardi Z. There's a whole bunch of cool stuff. There's the Beastie Boys, and yeah. So check this out. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and I'm working on some new ones now. I'm working on lizards in space and all kinds of stuff. So here's like the Run DMC, the Kings of the Jungle, lions. So it's a lot of cool stuff. So and then so I appreciate that. Appreciate all the support.
Does Mr. Pickle get into a pickle? Asks Dear God.
Oh, he definitely will. My goal with Mr. Pickle is to create a line of books. I would like this would be the first book, is I Am a Pickle. Then I want, and he lives in Hamburger Hill. And
isn't that a war movie?
That is a war movie, Hamburger Hill. Yeah, right there.
Full circle, baby. Full circle.
But yeah, it's actually, that was a Freudian slip. It was Hamburger Mountain, as he lives on, but Hamburger Hill is the movie, so that's great. But so if you look at like this one, when he's talking to Mr. Hot Dog here, you could see the land. He's in French fries. There's like wild French fries plants growing everywhere.
That's where I want to live.
See that?
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, so I have, and he just keeps refusing. He's like, everyone's like, "Good morning, Mr. Pickle. How you doing? You're a fine-looking pickle today." And he's like, "I'm not a pickle." And there'll be these are just the rough drafts. There's going to be verbiage, like the story on the bottom of each page.
Right.
So these are just some of my illustrations that I'm kind of just looking over and trying to figure it all out. But yeah, it's we're having a good time. Here's a more thought out page. This is these aren't the finals. These are all rough cuts. But there's Mr. Pickle talking to Mr. Hamburger, and it's got that little thought bubbles or dialogue bubbles. And but I don't even know if I'm keeping those yet. So you can see.
It's not that beautiful. Hey there, my pickle friend. Along came Mr. Hamburger with a big smile. I like it.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Yeah, so it's gonna be fun. I'm psyched about this. This is fun stuff, and it's a little different than what I normally do.
Yeah, right.
But between this, making great movies, short films with our team, and then Conversations, definitely been keeping busy.
That's this Friday. What town in Jersey is that?
Jersey City.
Jersey City.
J-City.
Music movie mic drop. It's a great festival. Some great bands will be performing. Some great comedians will be performing. And some wonderful short films will be shown, just like The Last Class.
The Last Class will be there.
Written, directed by Pappy Sill.
It was our production, that we're working on. It's under the moniker COS Productions, but Tony and Zach have a huge part, and the partners in this whole ordeal. We've made some few movies already. We made 3 so far together. This one is The Last Class. You come out and see it in Jersey City. If you're out there in Jersey, or take the ride, it'll be awesome.
Mary Capone is in the film.
Mary Capone, so local comic, Mary Capone and Fudge, the comedian, both star in this movie. Fudge, both of them did outstanding job.
Absolutely.
Fudge had to really dig deep, and it has a kind of an emotional performance, which is different than what he normally does. He normally does like silly and goofy videos. This was a huge difference for him, so that alone was a big deal. But I guess I like it's a short film. If you come on out and watch it, there's going to be a lot of other great movies playing as well. And there was live comedy, there's live music, and there's the films. So it's the MMM Festival, music, movies, and mic drop for comedians. But yeah, me and Tony are going. Is that going?
I don't know. I've mentioned it to him several times. He has not told me what he's doing yet.
And
he
Mary
might be
Capone
working.
had mentioned it, but I don't know how serious she is.
Yeah. Richie Byrne was gonna come with us as one of the performers, but it turns out he's not performing.
Yeah, I found out that.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I put together that promo video. And,
right.
And I'm like, oh, was Richie Byrne? He's not on this thing, and so it's I forget who the performers are. Marc Riccadano will be hosting it and emceeing the whole thing, and then there's this guy, one comedian named Naked Eddie, and he is
he's a pickle.
He's dude. He performs in a bikini. Like he's a weird.
Oh.
He's a trippy dude.
Wow.
Very funny guy. I suggest everyone come out and see him. Naked Eddie, and then there's a redheaded woman. I can't think of her name, but she's really talented as well. But
nice.
But I suggest everyone come on out. It's going to be a lot of fun. Come on out to New Jersey, and if you're in New Jersey, just go. J City's a cool town, man.
Yeah, sure. Dear God, so this was very entertaining today. Thank you, Tony, Mark, and Pappy. Dear God, do we know who you are? I don't know if we know. Answers was a great show. With that, it is time to go because Treading Water does return today at 1:00.
Read the list real quick before you go. Let's finalize.
All right.
So everybody, if you have nothing to do on Veterans Day and want to watch some great war movies, we have a list that you guys helped us come up with.
That's right.
And here it is.
Hamburger Hill, Sniper, Patton, Lone Survivor, Men of Honor, Rambo, Run Silent, Run Deep, Good Morning Vietnam, Hurt Locker, Courage Under Fire, Commando, Kelly's Heroes, Full Metal Jacket, Platoon, The Big Red One, Bridge Over River Kwai, Saving Private Ryan, Born on the 4th of July, Crimson Tide, The Great Escape, Uncommon Valor, Hacksaw Ridge, The Deer Hunter, Apocalypse Now, Stripes, Red Dawn, Memphis Belle, and then what was that one with Harry Styles? 1917? Was he in that one?
Oh, well, that's a good one. Was it 19? That was it. Harry Styles in that? The one that was like the camera just kept rolling. 1917.
No, that's not the Harry Styles one, but that's the movie I was thinking of before.
That's a great
good movie.
1917.
That's a really good movie.
Yeah, watch it. It's almost like one long shot. It's one continuous shot, the whole movie, pretty much.
Very good movie. That was great.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Hey, man, look, happy Veterans Day, and thank you so much again to all the men and women who served our country. We wouldn't be America without you.
That's right.
Thank you, and please continue everything you do, and God bless all the veterans that have died for our country as well. You gave the ultimate sacrifice for our freedoms, and we can never thank you enough. So God bless.
Well put. Well put. Thanksgiving Eve, don't forget, if you're down in Florida, go see Carrie and Fat Jay. Again, come down to Jersey on Friday, December 13th. Come join us in the Giggle Room. December 21st, come join us at McGuire's for a fun murder mystery. Don't forget, December 27th, come join us at Westbury Music Fair. Oh, speaking of Mark Herschmann, Hershey and the Keegs, please vote for them for Best of Long Island, Best Podcast. Vote for them. You can vote once a day, so go vote for them. And what do we got? Let's see, this weekend at the club. Oh, our pal John DeResta is here at the club this weekend.
John DeResta, Long Island great. He's New York's funniest cop.
Yep. Urban to Suburban Comedy Series. Teddy Smith is in the Giggle Room this weekend. Carrie and Greg Kritikos and Ellen Karras, they're playing the Brokerage this, I think it's Thursday night, part of the Greek Squad. And the Magic of Eric Eaton is also happening here at Governor's. So go to govs.com, check out their full schedule, and make some reservations to some great comedy shows. KnockemDeadComedy.com to see what we got going on as well as information on how you can hire us for your event. Elio's tour is underway. If you're in England, go see him, and then go to the store and order this poster.
Hope.
All right.
Keep hope alive.
We are out of here. Treading Water returns today at 1 o'clock. Hugh and his fiancée, Marissa, will be hosting, and they want to take calls today. So call in and say hi to them. Travis will not be here. Just be Hugh and his fiancée, Marissa. Steve Square tonight at 6:30. And there is no Let Them Cook tonight. I thought they were on, but Zach has informed me they're not doing their show today. So then Coffee with the Dog tomorrow morning at 9. And then tomorrow we're back in here. Diane returns. And Jeff, who's been coming in on Mondays, he couldn't make it today. He will be, I think he's joining us tomorrow as well. So we'll have Diane and Jeff tomorrow for Tuesday Trivia. Then tomorrow, of course, Steve Beery. Oh, Sports Bash tomorrow afternoon at 1. Steve Beery at 7. Hershey and the Keys at 9. So lots of good stuff going on here. And don't forget, who's Donversations this Friday?
I don't have one yet. We're working on it. I'm trying to get some people to come down there, but check out Donversations on. We have them all here on the Govs podcast YouTube page, but also check me out for updates and all that kind of stuff on Instagram, please. I need all the Instagram love I can get. Trying to build it up. So Instagram, Donversations /Don Sill. So give me a follow on that, and I'll follow you back. And also there you catch all my updates and different kind of one-off things I post up there, and all the news and information. If you want updates on the coloring book and all that sorts of things, go hit me up on there, Donversations on Instagram.
Cool stuff. All right, everybody enjoy the rest of your day, especially if you're off. And that's it. We'll see you guys later. Thank you, pal.
Deuce.
You're the man.
Right back at you, brother.
See ya.